What's up, y'all? Big Herc 916, kicking a little words of wisdom. I often sit back and reflect and try to think about how I made it out of the situation I was in to where I'm at now. And to those who aren't familiar with my situation, well, I did 8 years, 8 months in federal prison. I got out. I didn't really have a place to live. I was basically released into a halfway house in South Central and didn't have a job, didn't have a car, maybe had a couple $100 to my name, but I persevered. I made it through that challenging point in my life and was able to start a show on YouTube, fresh out, Life After the Penitentiary, start this YouTube channel, start multiple businesses, get married, and become quite successful. But there was a lot of scary points in there, where I kind of wondered, would everything be all right? And I know we all go through that in life, as far as just anxiety, a point of skepticism, where you wonder if you're making the right choices. Well, it's all right to feel like that, and when you feel like that, you kind of just got to take a step back, meditate, and before you make a choice or a decision, look at all your options. That's one of the things we fail to do as human beings, is look at all the choices before us. A lot of times we just jump on the first one that pops in our head, and we don't really rationalize that choice. So just take time to realize that you have multiple choices, and you don't have to take the first one that's comes into your frame of thought. It was a scary feeling, thinking that I could possibly be homeless and not have a place to live. But I overcame that fear, and I just focused on trying to get a job, trying to put myself around positive people, and trying not to really buy into a lot of the cultural myths as an ex-felon. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're an ex-felon. It's hard to make it out there. Nobody will hire you. It's hard to be successful." Well, mentally, I had already prepared myself for that part of the game, because when I was in prison, I never considered myself an inmate. I never really put my mind completely in prison. Even though I was physically in prison, mentally I was on the streets. I had a vision board. I was always looking at different things that was going on in society, as far as through magazines, newspapers. I didn't participate in a lot of the prison stuff, so I didn't become institutionalized. And you could also become institutionalized on the street, even if you haven't been to prison. You have people out here on the street who are, a slave to a job, slave to a relationship, slave to a marriage, slave to a child. There's a lot of different forms of institutionalism, and you just got to break away from that, man. You got to let, you got to let you shine. You have to believe in you, and the only way you could believe in you is by letting go of everything else around you and really loving yourself and focusing on what's going to make you a better human being. And, I really believe in the laws of attraction and putting out positive energy, because things just came across, I would say, for across my desk, but it's not a desk per se, but across my existence, and they allowed me to capitalize on opportunities. And a lot of people that had been out here the whole time I was gone, I just passed them by. So, I've always been a hustler. I've always been creative. I've always had ideas. But it's all about really stepping out and maximizing your potential and not letting anxiety, depression get the best of you. It's easy to be depressed. It's easy to make excuses. It's easy to complain. But, you know, a lot of times it's a lot harder to compliment. It's a lot harder to talk about happy things because everything's so dark and negative. You gotta get out of that mind frame. You know, that's the only thing that's gonna allow you to, you know, come up out of that depression and shake anxiety, you know? So I say that to say that, hey man, there's a lot of opportunity to be had. And as a person who is watching this channel, you know, you're on the right path. Stay positive and just believe in yourself, man. Anxiety's all in your head. Depression's all in your head. I mean, shit, I didn't have a dad. I didn't have this. I didn't have that. But I didn't give myself a pity party. I just made it happen. And you could do the same thing. Be positive. Focus on you. And you will be able to accomplish whatever it is you're looking to accomplish in life.